Tsukemono, a great way to refresh your taste palette and get your appetite going. Traditionally served as a side dish in Japan, this deliciously addictive dish is prepared several times a week in warm weather as my go-to refreshing and rejuvenating snack. Let's get started by collecting our ingredients. Itachi white cucumber, bitter-free, sweet, burpless, and crunchy to the last bite. Shintokiwa, extremely sweet when harvested dark green, thin-skinned, best used in sushi, Tsukemono, and salads for its popularity due to high yields. Kyuri, slender, no bitterness, crispy and sweet flesh, used in Tsukemono, best eaten in slices as soon as it's harvested. Cucumbers are best grown in 2 feet deep plant beds, 2-foot spaces, or a 7-gallon container. Grow them vertically for high yields. They prefer high airflow, which also prevents powdery mildew and infestation of unwanted pests. My recommendation for this recipe, from the top down, is the Shintokiwa, Kyuri, and the Itachi. Avoid using Persian or pickling cucumbers, you will not get the taste we're looking for. One of my favorite knives to use is the 210mm Gyoto. Cut, chop, slice, and does everything you need. When I'm preparing a large variety of vegetables, I'll use the Nakiri or the Usuba. Clean the cucumbers and make sure to remove the prickly spines by rubbing them. This safely removes all the spines without damaging. Due to the quality of the cucumbers, there's no need to bleed out the sap. Cut off both ends. Make sure the cucumbers are aligned to reduce the cutting complexity. Save the stems for composting. I always give cuttings such as these to my worm buddies. Slice cucumbers into 2-inch bite-sized pieces. This creates more surface area for it to hold all the ingredients we're adding to the dish. If you look closely at my knife, there's no sap residue, only juices. The cuts do not have to be perfectly uniform. I like them sized differently. It makes each and every one of them unique. Consider yourself lucky if you find some with seeds. This means you'll be able to plant more for the next season. Set them aside to be extracted later. I normally toss these in the worm bin, so by the next growing season, you'll see them germinate. The other method is to dry them for storage. This allows us the ability to plant them when ready. The traditional way is to crush the cucumbers. It helps release the hidden flavors you'd find only after chewing. For this recipe, we'll be lightly salting the cucumbers. It releases the excess moisture, purifies, and enhances the texture, making these cucumbers extremely flavorful and crunchy. Place cucumbers in the mixing bowl and pour 2 tablespoons of sea salt. Avoid using table salt, it'll destroy the taste of your cucumbers. It also leaves behind a very unpleasant taste. Allow them to soak for 10 to 15 minutes before rinsing. Clean the cutting board surface to prevent unwanted flavors. Wipe off moisture from your knife to prevent an unwanted patina or even rust. I encourage this to be done routinely. Japanese knives are high in carbon steel, so they're prone to rusting. Take care of your knives, and I'll promise you they'll give you a lifetime of joy. To give them the perfect edge and finish, I sharpen them with natural whetstones every month. For the sauce, we'll be using umezu from a umeboshi mixed with miso paste. Gently fold in the paste mixture. This helps retain the sauce consistency instead of watering it down. Set aside so the flavors can develop. Ogo is a highly nutritious seaweed. It adds a briny crunch and creates another layer of flavor. Finally chop the ogo. Avoid cutting large pieces. They'll make everything clump together. Add the ogo into the mixture. Gently fold it in. I'll be adding Myoga into this recipe. It's a Japanese ginger flower bud. They can be harvested throughout the year starting late summer until the end of fall. Myoga is very easy to grow. Explore my channel to learn how. I'll also be adding Tokyo long green onions to this recipe. I grow these year round since I use them in many of my recipes. This is highly optional. I recommend sharing if there's enough to go around. Cut the green onions to desired sizes. Slice Myoga vertically to experience the full flavor. Garnish with desired preference. There's no limit to what can be added. For that umami bite, add bonito shavings. Add chili threads for a spicy kick. This is optional. To bring everything together, add roasted sesame seeds. I hope you enjoyed one of my favorite recipes. Like and subscribe for more umami dishes.